Alright, boys and girls, welcome to Growing Guitar and to some lazy days here. We have Bruno Mars and he performs the Lazy Song. So this one has a couple of years on it now, but anyway, a great song, an old goodie. So it's nice to learn this one. And yeah, Bruno Mars, the Lazy Song, he dances around with his monkey friends there in the music video. And yeah, he doesn't want to do or feel to do anything. I feel like that pretty much today, except from tutorials. That's my thing here, so that is what I can reach out to do, and that's it. So let's do it together, guys. Bruno Mars, the Lazy Song. We're gonna start with capo on fourth. So that's a good starting point for having the best chords possible, easiest, and also to match up with the sound. So capo on fourth, let's go over the chords. And we're gonna start with G. So that is third on E, second on A, open D, open G, third B, third E. Next chord is D. So that is open D, second G, third B, and second E. We have C next. And that is third on A, second on D, open G, first B, and open E. We have a bar chord, that is the B7. So you play the bar on the second fret. Your index finger should cover 5 strings if you count from bottom like this. So you can exclude the E string in the bass there. But the 5 strings below, necessary. And then you need to add fourth on D and fourth on B. So there you have your B7. We're gonna continue here with A minor. So that is open A, second D, second G, first B, and open E. Then we have a G B chord. So that goes second on A, open D, open G, third B, and open E. And the final chord is E minor. And that would be open E, second A, second D, open G, open B, and open E. There we have all the chords. I believe there are 7: G, D, C, B7, A minor, G, B, and E minor. All right, so let's do this together now. And maybe you noticed when I played the introduction tutorial, I used 2 different styles, techniques to make the strumming. One was with the plucking style, okay, where I use my thumb and I answer pretty much with other fingers and higher strings down here. And the second style was just plain strumming, downs and ups. So I'm gonna illustrate it for you. If you grab the G chord, so the first style I used was the picking, okay? So that is what I would prefer to do, but it's not wrong to use a strumming either. That's just, yeah, on your own preferences, what you think is more convenient and so. So I'm gonna show you both. G chord is there, and what you're gonna do now is to play the bass note, in this case the E string. And you can also use the under string there, the A string in this case, as a supportive. So if you just make a short little thumb down stroke like this, it's okay, but the bass note is important. So third fret on E string. And then you answer with the strings below there, the G, B, and E, for instance. There are no like 100% rules here when it comes to these kind of styles, not for this specific song at least. So it will work to just go with the GB also to answer with that. As long as it belongs to the chord, it will sound nice. So that's something you can think of. So anyway, bass, top, then a clap, and then top again. The higher strings down there. That is the pattern if you go with the picking, okay? That is 1 string around, so. And then you just change chords in the same way. The only thing you need to think of now is where the bass note is. So for next chord, for instance, the D, now you have the bass note on the D string. Everything else is the same, so you can stick with all the same strings down here no matter what chord you're playing. So D string, and then answer, clap, and answer with the higher strings there. So that is one string around for D, for instance. So you can just mention the bass notes here, and maybe you found out on your own. I mean, the first string, when I count down and do the chords, that is the bass note. So for G, you found that one on the E string, and also for the E minor. Then for D, now we went through that, that's the D string with the bass note now. And all the other chords, the C, the B7, A minor, and the GB, you found that one on the A string. That is the bass string you're gonna use when you use this plucking pattern style. All right, so that is how you use that style. Now we can also use plain strumming. If you go back to the original chord now, the G first chord, you're gonna play down, up, clap, up. So like this. Okay, so down on the bass strings, then up on the higher strings, then clap, and then up. And that is one string around. So down, up, clap, up. Or it's up to you. Okay, so we're gonna do this together now, and we're gonna start with the chorus actually, because that is kind of how the song starts. The intro is played in the same way as the chorus. So we're gonna play G, one string around, D, one string around, and C, two string rounds. That portion you're gonna play for 3 rounds. So 3 rounds of G1, D1, and C2. And then you're gonna continue with G1, B7-1, and C2 for only 1 round. So in total, it will be about 4 rounds. The first 3 rounds are G, D, and C. So G1, D1, and C2. And then the final 4th round will be G1, B7-1, and C2. Like this. Second round. Third round. And 4th round, G, B7, and C2. That is one chorus, or in this case, the intro. That's how the song starts. Then comes the actual song here with the first verse. Okay, so that's in the lyrics. I'm gonna kick my feet up. What a lazy song this is actually. So let's go on with this one. And what you're gonna do here is to start to play in the same way as you started the chorus. And that's it pretty much. You're gonna play G1, D1, and C2 for 4 full rounds. So that's 1 round. That's 2 rounds. You double up there, 4 rounds, and there you have your first verse. Over now to the first pre-chorus in the lyrics. Oh, yes, I said it. So now you're gonna play A minor, 1 string around, then the GB, 1 string around, and then C, 1 string around, and then you're gonna play 1 down on the D. 1 down and a pause. That pause builds up for the next part of the song. So A minor 1, GB1, C1, and 1 down on D, like this. All right, and that's it for the first pre-chorus, and that takes us to the first, or sorry, actually the second chorus, or whatever you're gonna, how you see it. You played it once in the intro. Now you're gonna play it in exact same way. It's the G1, D1, C2 for 3 rounds, and then G1, B7, 1, and C2 for 1 round. We don't have to go through that now. That is what we already know. That is the second chorus, so to speak. And then after that, we're gonna go over to the post-chorus parts. So, yeah, that is in the lyrics, no, nothing at all, okay? So what you're gonna play here is just to continue G1, D1, and C2 for 2 rounds. Nothing else there, we know that about now. So that is the post-chorus part, and now over to the second round. It starts with the second verse, and it's played in exact same way as the first one. So G1, D1, and C2. Then comes the second pre-chorus. Again, repetition, played in the exact same way as the first pre-chorus we played. And then comes the chorus, and that's chorus number 3 now. Also played in the exact same way. We don't have to mention it by now. We know it, G, D, C for 3 rounds, and then G, B7, and C for 1 round. After this third chorus now comes the bridge part. We're about 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the song, and this is where the E minor comes in. We're gonna play A minor, 1 string round, D, 1 string round, and E minor, 2 string rounds. You're gonna play that part for 4 rounds in total. So A minor 1, D1, and E minor 2, 4 rounds. A couple of rounds goes like this. All right, I played actually 4 rounds for you, so whole bridge part is covered here in this tutorial. Yes, and after this comes the final parts of the song. We have the final chorus. Again, we're about in the 4th round now, played in the exact same way as all the 3 previous choruses. So nothing new there. And then we have the final post-chorus part. Remember, we played G1, D1, and C2. You're gonna play that as well in this last post-chorus for 2 rounds. And that is the end of Bruno Mars, the Lazy Song. It's time to work again. So yeah, nice to know about this one. Many heard it before, so it's good to have that one in your arsenal. I have it. So a couple chords here and there to pick up and an easy string pattern, and that's it. So good luck with this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I could help in some way, and if I did, subscribe to this channel and get good songs here from Gordon Guitar. Thank you for your support, and play tuned.